up? It's Trey from Creeping Death, and you're watching Agents of Rage. Oh yeah.
Agents of Rage!
What's up, party people? What's up, Ragers? Welcome to episode 9 of Agents of Rage. I am Ren in Detroit, and this is T.D. out on the West Coast in the Bay Area, and we are, I would say, fresh off probably our best show in episode 8. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I was proud of that one. We really polishing things up. We nailed it. Our first guest, and Woody nailed it too. It was cool. Yeah, very proud of that one.
Yeah, we had a good time, and again, this is what we want to do. We're going to try to get a little better at this, try to be as entertaining as possible, and hopefully give you some news, some info, some music, all that stuff. I want to give praise to Trey from Creeping Death for that shout out, and the boys from Sadistic Ritual for giving Agents of Rage a little play, because we both went to shows this week.
Yeah, actually, we went the same night, and
same night.
I forgot to tell you, I tagged Agents of Rage at your show as being there, so that was pretty cool. And Woody thought it was pretty cool. We got someone in Detroit, going to shows, and simultaneously someone in San Francisco, and it was good. It was things are coming along. But the show I went to, the DNA Lounge, was pretty cool. I actually took a picture of the outside of the venue and posted it on our Instagram page, because I can't remember the last time I've been to a show there when the sun was out. I don't know why. It's always like fall and winter, and I don't even remember if I've ever seen the outside of the building before. So I was like, whoa. So I had to take a picture.
Oh yeah, man. Absolutely. It's it is bizarre going, it's the same thing, at the show I was at. It's so weird just being outside, and it was, sunny until the main event,
right.
which was crazy. Now, you went to see Masacre on May 21st at the DNA Lounge in San Francisco. Yep. Describing it as a small venue really doesn't describe it at all, does it?
No. So the DNA Lounge, originally it was just the downstairs, and I think it holds 1,000 people. So it's a typical touring metal band size venue, but they have an upstairs spot that I was going to count the people, because I could have counted them, but I bet it holds 100 people max.
Wow. And
there's no, you got to take the steps up there, but there's a window in the back behind the drummer. So it was sunny, like you said, almost the whole show. So it was kind of a trip, but it's cool because, the bar is right there, the bathroom's there, the merch is there, and it's pretty intimate. But I've seen 2 other shows there before, Texas Hippie Coalition and Warbringer, actually. Warbringer was different. I think there was 150 people there, but they were packed in like sardines. So it was a great show. All the bands nailed it. Actually got to go with Hellhunter. The guitarist he's like, I got extra large shirts on the stage if anyone wants them. And I went up to him and said, hey, you have any double XL? He's like, yeah, I got one in the back. I'll go get it for you. And then he's like, just come on backstage with me and check it out. I was like, all right, that's cool. So all the bands were back there. It was before Sadistic Ritual went on, and it was a cool show. Great to have those guys from the ATL Sadistic Ritual give us a shout out. They were super nice guys, and it was a lot of fun. Had a really good time.
That's awesome, dude. I went to see Creeping Death, Gatecreeper, and In Flames at St. Andrews Hall in Detroit, again on May 21st. bigger venue than the DNA for sure, but a great venue nonetheless. Those of you who have been to Detroit or live in Detroit area and have been know that St. Andrews is synonymous for just being a great venue. And I have lots of thoughts and lots of clips, and we'll get to that later in the program. We've got 2 album spotlights you are not going to want to miss as well. And we want to tell you about our Instagram page later, so hang with us. TD already alluded to it, and I'm telling you, it's already starting to it's already starting to happen. So I do want to make a correction at the start of this show. The Masacre that we mentioned last week connecting to Inhuman Condition is incorrect. You went to see Masacre with 1 S, who hail from the country of Colombia, and the Masacre with 2 S's. In fact, there's actually been lots of massacres over the years, but the Masacre with 2 S's that are from Tampa, Florida, were the band that I was referring to that has current Inhuman Condition members in it. But I will say the Florida-based death metal band Masacre that with 2 S's is still active. I was listening to their 2022 EP Mythos, and I liked it. They're on an independent label, but they're not bad at all. So, hey, check them out if you want to. So now, Masacre with Sadistic Ritual and Hellhunter. TD grabbed a clip of Hellhunter. So let's check them out just real quick, and then we'll talk about it after this. So Hellhunter, a band out of San Francisco, a local band for you, and they've been around like 20 years, right?
Yeah, and featuring Will Carroll of Death Angel on drums.
That's impressive. They have one full-length album that I saw that came out in I think it was 2016, called Now You Are His. And let me tell you, this is the who's that?
Oh, that's the Agents of Rage mascot. Trying to be tough, barking at a distance.
Yes, exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, let me tell you something. We all have lives. We're not locked away in some, basement.
Right.
He's out in his house, and the dog. That is the official Agents of Rage. You have to post some pictures on IG then of our official Agents of Rage mascot.
Challenge accepted.
Okay, good. Now, this is the perfect thrill of victory to agony of defeat story as it relates to a T-shirt. So yes, you did say you got to go backstage, and then you got to go see, meet some of the bands. Hellhunter gave that shirt. What happened to the shirt after?
Well, I decided I needed to use the facilities, and as a good, steward of the community, I decided to flush the toilet for the next guy. And as I leaned over, my friggin' shirt fell into the toilet before it flushed. I was so annoyed, but I was thankful because the only thing in the toilet belonged to me. So I was okay with that. I grabbed it, said a few expletives, washed it out in the sink, took it home and washed it for good. So I was able to save it, thankfully. Now, if it fell on the ground, I told Woody the story. He said, now if it fell on the ground, you're probably going to have to throw it away. But, it was it was what it was. So it's life.
It is. It is. It's unfortunate, but like you said, it's your own. So that's the only
I felt
saving.
safe.
Otherwise, see ya.
Right.
All right. Next up was Sadistic Ritual. I'm going to hold off on them, and you guys will understand why. So let's go and check out a clip of Masacre, who, as I mentioned, is from the country of Colombia, and they were the headliners at the DNA Lounge.
fucking massacre from the fucking South America. Are you fucking a motherfucker?
So another band that has stood the test of time, they got going in 1988, 36 years ago. They put out a box set in 2020. They have a lot of actual live recordings, so you know they have got to sound good live. Just so happens, TD, that on Monday, June 3rd, those bands will be here in Detroit at the Sanctuary. So nice. I just think I might have to go because you recommend it, right?
Yes, absolutely. There's no reason not to go. How about that?
Exactly. And, you know, if I do go, I will find myself enjoying an adult beverage. Do you happen to be enjoying one today?
Oh, well, as a matter, funny you ask. Today's current beverage is Iron Maiden Brewdog Hellcat Trooper Beer. Wow. India IPA Pale Ale. Gonna give that a shot. This came in a box, so I didn't have to clean the top. You know, I'm weird about germs. All right. Woo! Went over. Yeah, pretty good. Not too bad. Yeah, recommend that.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. I like a good IPA, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
So, all right. What's the name of that one more time?
So it's Brew Dog Hellcat Trooper Iron Maiden beer.
Oh wow!
Comes with a little
Iron Maiden. It's got Iron Maiden on the can.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's cool.
I love it. Yeah, that is very cool. Very cool. All right. Okay. So there is our beverage recommendation for this particular episode. All right, I saved Sadistic Ritual for last because, and I shared this with TD, and I just got to tell you. So last week, going through all my music, digging through. I'm just like, all right, what do I want to, have? What do I want to be the album spotlight for this week? And listening to all kinds of bands going. I mean, literally went through probably at least a dozen of different ones. I'm like, oh, let's figure it out. And then I came across this album, and it was from a band called Sadistic Ritual, having no idea and no clue that literally this week that TD was going to see them as part of the because he only told me Masacre is who he was going to see. He didn't say the other bands, so I had no idea who else was going to be there. So it's so unbelievably coincidental that I happen to pick a Sadistic Ritual album, and he's going to see Sadistic Ritual. How many of you who are listening right now, and why don't you comment if you want? How many of you even know who Sadistic Ritual is? Right?
Crazy, huh?
So it's crazy, and this does happen every once in a while. Now, in the Encyclopedia Metallum, which I highly recommend. Great site. Both TD and I love that particular website. And if you're curious about a band, that's where you go.
Yeah.
Sadistic Ritual style is described as death metal, but also another term, and I love this, and I am going to adopt this, and I'm going to use it from here on out. You know how I was calling like death and thrash metal like thread metal? I was trying to come up with, something that combines the two. Well, little did I know it was already, selected on Encyclopedia Metallum, and this is the term. Blackened thrash.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I like that.
Absolutely love it. Blackened thrash. So it's thrash metal, it's death metal, it's blackened thrash. So many bands are blackened thrash now, and I just love that. Love that description. So here is going to be the extended clip of what you saw in the open, because you only saw a few seconds in the open of the show from Sadistic Ritual, and then we'll get to the album cuts. This clip that he grabbed just happened to be TD's favorite Sadistic Ritual song, unknowingly at the time that he recorded. So it's kind of bizarre. Another one of those weird things that seems to be happening with us on the regular. So let's check out the clip of Sadistic Ritual live in full. All right, so there you go.
Those guys are super cool. It was really, really cool to meet them.
Yeah, and the fact that they gave us a little shout out was awesome. All right, let's get into more Sadistic Ritual for the first of our album spotlights this week. And just to be clear, every week we're going to introduce two albums from two bands that we believe you need to experience the entire album. So if you got a road trip or you're just chilling out at home, take in these full albums start to finish and appreciate these artists. We spend a lot of time fleshing them out, and we want to share them with you. So Visionaire of Death came out on June 14th, 2019, and even though they formed in 2009, this was their first full-length album for the band. It's badass. It was reviewed as merciless, a brutal pounding that mixes a thrashing sharpness with a thick death metal intensity a la Demolition Hammer, with some dark angel overtones reimagined with a new school production style on top. So who's not going to love that?
That's winning there, is what it sounds like to me.
That is winning. That is winning at the highest order. Let's listen to a sampling of two songs from Sadistic Ritual's Visionary of Death LP.
Good stuff. They remind me of Destruction. That's what I was hearing.
Yeah.
Old Destruction. Yeah, some of the newer Destruction is a little more polished, but old Destruction sound. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. And check them out, Sadistic Ritual. All right, let's get into the band called The Crown. Admittedly, I have never heard of them, so how did you discover The Crown?
Well, first of all, they're listed as a death thrash, but now we know it's blackened thrash. So what I do is, I'll be listening to liquid metal a lot on Sirius XM, and just these random bands will pop up, and I take a screenshot and or take a picture, and then when the time is right, I check them out because I'm only hearing the one song, of course, and it was time to pick an album, and I was like, went back through my pictures, and I took this picture probably 3 years ago, and I was like, all right, let me go and check out more about these guys, and they were pretty cool. I didn't realize they've been around for a long time. Formed in 1990, first album 1995, 11 total albums. Now I don't recall them passing through the Bay Area ever. If I have, I obviously missed them, but Black and Thrash, solid. I like them a lot. I was very impressed.
Yeah, like In Flames, like Orbit Culture, so many others. The Crown, not to be confused with the Netflix show, of course. They hail from Sweden.
Yeah,
and it's their interpretation of, like you said, black and thrash, melodic death metal, whatever you want to label that. We've got a little bit from 2 tracks off their latest full-length album, and it is called Royal Destroyer. So let's check out here on Agents of Rage, The Crown.
Feeding on the scattered remains, we're perished by blood-red cravings. Death appeals to the brainwashed when the weak
to be quite honest with you, that picture was way back in all my pictures of the picture I took of them on Liquid Metal. So I went and listened to them, and I was like, wow, I mean, these guys are really good. I like them a lot. And I just never heard of them really, other than that one time on Liquid Metal. But I surprised myself, because this was not a band I had a clue about. I just, kind of threw a Hail Mary and see what happened, and they caught it. So it was cool.
Very cool. Solid band. I know they're working on a new album right now, because if you go to their Facebook page, they're talking about it and showing clips. So I think they're almost ready to put out some new music. They're not touring, and as far as I know, they haven't come to the States. I couldn't find any example of them, coming here. All I know is I want to see them.
Well, my buddy lives in Sweden, and he's invited me to come out anytime I want. So we'll have to make a trip out there, and he's a metalhead, so he'll take us. We'll have some fun.
Agents of Rage on the road, like that,
out of the country,
overseas.
That's right.
I like that. Oh man, I like that. That would be crazy. Before we get into the shows that I went to, we haven't done our story of the shirt yet. So I'm rocking Creeping Death. That's what I got. I picked it up this week. And again, after Trey, the guitarist, gave us the shout out, I got the shirt, and I dig it. It's good stuff.
Very cool.
What are you wearing?
Just same story. As soon as they gave the shout out, I had to get a Sadistic Ritual shirt from the guys, and it was I think it might have been the last XXL. So that's the downside of wearing a XXL. I learned from my old buddy Concert Rich that you got to buy the shirt as soon as you get there, because they always run out. And if the tour is near the end of the tour, when they hit your town, they always run out. So first thing I do is get the shirt and then go from there. So that's what I did.
Yeah, it's hard for me because then I have to carry it the whole time, and it's always it's such a bummer. So I'm an XL. Generally, they don't run out, but it has happened, especially the one that I want, and then I settle for something else. So it is good advice to go there and get the shirt and just figure out a way to, tuck it in your pants or whatever. I don't know what to do with it, but
and the downside to buying it early is if it falls in the toilet, and then you're irritated.
Exactly.
An hour, so that's the downside. Now, here, pro tip here. One time I did buy two, and I put one through my loop in my my jeans, and I pulled it out and ripped a hole in it. So you're right. There's some downside to that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah. So, hey, to each his own. All right, let's get into the show that I went to on May 21st, and let's start with Creeping Death from Texas. Yes, they got their name from the Metallica song. That is how they got the name. But let me tell you something. They ain't no tribute band. So many bands called the Lone Star State home. We saw Upon a Burning Body twice last year. Of course, the Mighty Power Trip, Pantera, Rigor Mortis, DRI, Drowning Pool, many more. This is a death metal band that began as a hardcore group, formed in 2015. So let's start to get into some clips from what was a banger show. So let's introduce you, or maybe you've seen them before, of Creeping Death from Texas. All right, so that is Creeping Death. You heard a few tracks from their 2023 album Boundless Domain, which is out now. Go get it. They'll be in Chicago on July 19th, same day as the start of Incarceration. We'll be there in Ohio. That is where Agents of Rage will be.
right.
Now, dude, another, like, every once in a while I come across these crazy shows that I've never heard of, and here's another one that I've never heard of. This is something where a Creeping Death is going to be at. This is in Florida, and it's called Night Shift Party Weekend 3 at the Iron Horse Saloon in Ormond, Florida, which is near Daytona Beach. So I think it's like right on the beach.
Yeah.
Creeping Death is on a one-day bill with Sick of It All, Pig Destroyer, Enforced, Internal Bleeding. There are like 11 bands in all. Yeah, 11 bands. It's just a party on the beach on Saturday, September 21st. I swear, if I could do this full time, I would hit like one of these 1 day or 2 day fests like all year long.
And you know the weather's great that time of year too. That's perfect to be on the beach there. That sounds pretty fun.
Dude, it really does. And it's so wild. I'm trying to keep track of all these little crazy 1-2 day fests that I see that, they just don't advertise or publicize like nationwide. You just got to be in the know.
Excuse me. Yeah.
It's really mind boggling how many there are. So anyway, and hey, if you're, listening or watching this show and of some really cool, like, 1 day fest, we call them like 1 day fest, but something where you got like multiple bands, either 1 day or 2 day or 3 days, anywhere in America, we want to know about them, and we'll definitely pump them up here on the program. There's no doubt about it. So, all right, let's get into Gatecreeper, another death metal band, brand new album, just came out in mid-May. They are from Arizona, been around for a decade. I saw them with Hatebreed on Halloween in 2022. That was my introduction to Gatecreeper. And so what we're going to show here is some more clips from May 21st at St. Andrews in Detroit. Gatecreeper, I think a band that's really going to grow and get more popular. I think they're really coming into their own. Let's check them out.
That was a great video. Looked good.
Yeah, it is. It's I'm trying some different things in the editing process, trying to make it as you know great as possible. We were actually talking about this yesterday. I was saying, like, if somehow this thing can like grow legs and get to the point where we're considered like media,
Right.
and we can just call up a venue and be like, hey, Agents of Rage, coming to the show. You need a media credential, bringing my camera. Could be right up front, getting a lot of videos. Going to be backstage doing interviews. Make it happen.
Will be kind of a big deal.
Well, yeah. Not only will we get to go to shows for free, we'll probably get like cool swag, and we'll get to interview all these cool guys, and I'll get incredible video, and have great sound, and that's the goal. That's the goal if we can make it happen. So, spread the word, babe. You know. Ragers out there, if you like what you're watching, you like this, share it. Tell people about it and just say, hey, man, these guys are all right. Check it out. They got some cool music on there. Who knows? But Gatecreeper, you heard some music from their new album, Dark Superstition. It's their best album to date. I'm going to tell you right now, go listen to it. If you like their old stuff, I think you're going to like this new stuff. The writing is better. The musicianship, they're really coming into their own. And again, it's saying a lot for me to say this is their best work, because I really love their previous work. Now, I mean, you've seen them too.
Yeah, I've seen them a few times. I think they may have put on a show during COVID. And I think I bought a shirt. I'm almost positive because I have this shirt. Excuse me, it's weird. It's like a mustard color or brown. You just don't see that color ever for concert shirts. I bought one, and I'm pretty sure it was their, no, 6 foot whatever, no one around concert, because back during COVID, it's like I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people felt like I did. I just didn't know what the world was going to look like when that ended. So it was virtual concerts. Is that all we're going to have? So I took advantage of all of them that I could find. Because I didn't know if we were going to get back to normal. So I bought the shirts, and I'm pretty sure that's where I got the shirt from. But those guys are awesome. They tour, I would say, semi-frequently. So, for anyone that's watching, you should get a chance to see them, because they do a pretty good job of hitting every town they can.
And I can tell you this, TD, that Gatecreeper will be at the Rickshaw Stop in San Francisco on Thursday, June 6th.
I have it in my calendar as a maybe.
Right.
If I can get there. I've never been to that venue, actually. So that would be kind of cool to check that out. But I'm going out of town that Saturday, so it's like, life.
Right.
You've got to do the life thing. So we'll see.
I hear you. All right, so let's get into In Flames. We have not talked about this at all, and I think that I was really not excited about seeing this band from Sweden. I know they've been around for almost 35 years. I checked out their set list. I listened to some of their tracks, and it just wasn't really for me. Not bad, but let me tell you, that place was packed with inflamed disciples. Like, it was like a religious movement like before. Like, you saw these people there and you could feel the energy building up. Yeah. And I tell the guy next to me, hey, I've never even seen these guys before. And he said this was like his 12th time.
Wow.
And he's like, let me tell you something, you're in for a treat. And I was like, all right, I've heard that before. And I was like, that's cool though. Whatever you're into, then that's cool. I dig that. And I dig just, seeing bands I haven't seen before. But let me tell you something. It was like the metal gods from the heavens opened up, and they said, my son, do not prejudge if you like a band or not. You are there for a reason. And I was like,
brother.
It was like a religious experience.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, there it is. right?
I feel like you should segue to a King Diamond song now. I don't know why.
Yeah, exactly. So let me tell you something. It was, and I don't curse a lot here on this program, but dude, it was a fucking great show.
Dang.
It really was great. I mean, just like in episode 2 when we talked up I Prevail and Parkway Drive,
Right.
2 bands who normally, we've kind of prejudged and, wasn't really all that excited about seeing, but we were like, let's go check them out. It's one thing to hear a song on an album that's all produced and whatever, and it's got, like some of these bands, they've got like synths and it just kind of takes a different direction in the songs and just doesn't keep me, energized. But there's something about the raw performance, because you don't have all that. You strip away all that studio nonsense in cases, and it's just the band playing the songs. And, In Flames hits you from the opening song, and it just entertains. All that production is out the window. It's just good songs played loud. The energy was on point. I planned initially on leaving early. I stayed for it all.
Nice.
I mean, before we play these clips, do you have an impression of In Flames at all?
I think it's the same one you had. I just seems like I remember, not my cup of tea. But that was my perception of Parkway Drive and I Prevail as well. But then, I was like, ooh, who are these guys? So maybe I'll be surprised too.
I think some of these bands who, number one, have been around for a long time, like they have really refined who they are. I think also, naturally they become better musicians.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally, they find the best energy and the best way to perform these songs. Say they recorded something in 1992 that has that's a completely different era.
Definitely.
And when they made it in the studio, it was for the audience of that time. But now they can play it a whole new way. And I don't know if that's the case or it's just the fact that when they get on stage, they just go.
Yeah.
But I've got an extended set of clips from the In Flames show because I was that impressed. So you I don't want to call you flamers. That's not probably a good adjective, but you out there who dig this band and are into seeing them as much as possible. I get it now, and I really had a great time. So let's check out some clips from In Flames, May 21st at St. Andrews Hall in Detroit, Michigan.
was good too. Catchy songs. I like them a lot. Very good.
Yeah, I know it's kind of hard to really get a feel for it here, but let me tell you something. It's not a bad way to spend a Tuesday night.
Yeah, there are worse ways.
Yeah, I mean, it was just really good, man. And again, it's about, and this is the thing that I'm going to remember. We see these lineups come out for these festivals that we go to, and we're always like, oh, like this one's got a lot heavier bands, or this one's got more heavier bands, and ours really is, what we would consider a little on the lighter side, but it's not necessarily the case. And some of these bands that have a big following, there's a reason why, and I just think it's making me open my mind a little bit more to the genre and to the different presentations that are out there. And I'm not going to like all of it, but there's going to be some stuff that surprised me, and I'm going to be entertained, and that's all I want to be.
Definitely, I think that's. I came to that conclusion at Aftershock because of, like we said, Parkway Drive and I Prevail. I was like, wait, what? So I'm not being as narrow-minded anymore either. How about that?
Yeah. No, I agree, and I love that, and that just, I think it's going to open up a world of more bands that maybe I'm going to take a second look at, and especially when I see them on a bill. When I see them on a bill coming, I go, well, maybe I'm not super enthralled, but I like some of these other bands that are on the bill. I'm going to make sure I go, and I'm going to check them out. And by the way, I Prevail and Parkway Drive will be at Incarceration, and now I'm actually looking forward to seeing them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think the one thing I'm going to do differently too, because of Aftershock, but you've already always done, is you research all the bands on the festival and come up with our schedule normally. And I think I'm going to do my own research. It's cool you do the schedule, but I think I want to just do a little research myself in advance to make sure I don't miss someone.
Right. Yeah. You might just say, hey, you skipped over one that I think is worth us checking out, and because there's a lot to process. So absolutely, dude. I'm down with that. And In Flames will be taking the summer off, but they're going to be in the UK in the fall. I'm not sure when they're going to come back to the States, but I know they will. So, when they do, hopefully they'll hit up one of these fests, that we're going to be at. So, we can check them out in the future. So, all right, Ragers, you can now find Agents of Rage on Instagram. So if you go to Instagram, just search Agents of Rage. This is a passion project for TD. How's it going? Give an update. What can AOR Nation discover on the IG?
Well, it's funny. I for some reason I thought I was just stuck on my head, the show only on there and videos, but you can do short videos. But I've got so many images from so many shows from so many years, and I talked to Woody before the show. He's got tons as well, so he's going to be feeding to me.
Really good ones too.
Typically he's the guy that takes the photos and does the videos when we go to shows because he's so good at it. But now that we have this podcast, I need to get good at it too. But he's going to share with me once he wants me to post. But it's cool because I've been tagging bands, and some of the bands have liked the photos, so it's like a way to kind of interact with them, and it's pretty cool. So it's I don't know, I probably have like 20 photos on there. It takes some time, which is fine, but what I need to do now,
give us time,
is link it up to our Facebook page so that I post it on Instagram. It goes on the Facebook page, so you get two places to see it. But it's cool. We're sharing, cool pictures of, with the bands and the bands by themselves. Just we're sharing our experience, the fun and joy we have of going to metal shows, and we want to share that with everyone else who appreciates it like we do.
Yeah. I have a feeling that thing's going to really grow over time. I've got a lot of clips that I have for, at least the last 8 years, just on, that I know I still have. And, so we'll post some little band clips, some little 60-second clips from different fests and things like that and shows over the years. This will happen. It'll take some time, but we'll get it. Like Woody took some great shots at Power Trip last year when we were at Aftershock. So because he was right there. So he's got some really good pictures and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So we'll be posting that stuff. So just make sure you check it out and follow us. Follow us, and
we appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so that's our show for this week. Another great show, right?
I think so. We're getting in the groove of this. We've got our little segments down, and we're it's going cool. I'm more comfortable. You of course naturally you've been in front of the camera forever. I have not, so I'm learning as we go. But I have a good coach in you, and so it's fun. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah,
and
man,
it's
a great
Coach.
time. Yep, we'll be back for episode number 10, probably the weekend of like June 8th is what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
We got some things going on. I know I do. And then, hey, we'll just be a month away from incarceration.
Yeah.
So, we'll do some special stuff from that particular, weekend. We'll definitely do something special. So
Yeah.
we'll let you guys know. It'll definitely be probably off the cuff and stuff like that. But we'll definitely have a review of all 3 days for sure. And who knows? Maybe we'll just do some other stuff. Who knows? But hey, guys, that's it. Stay metal. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, and now Instagram. For TD, I'm El Ren, and this has been Agents of Rage. You can now resume your regular life. See ya.